Hello everybody. In my yesterday's discussion upon the DJS results of Rahul's IAS, I just forgot to mention a very important point, and that was regarding the interview. Now, the interview in the DJS consists of 150 marks, and similarly in some other states like Haryana it consists of 200 marks. In UP it consists of 100 marks. So in those states where this the interview consists of like these many marks, so there the interview becomes a very important component for your selection or rejection, and therefore you have to take a special care of your interview. And for the interview you cannot develop your personality in a span of 20-30 days. You have to keep thinking and working upon it for the entire preparation period, 1 year. In fact, if you are doing your LLB, so you must groom your personality from right now only. You cannot wait that when I clear the mains then I will think about the interview. That would be a wrong approach. So what I would like to tell you is the interview, number one, it becomes a major determinant of your for your selection, and there also it becomes a very important component or a very important determinant of your rank. Now in the interview from Rahul's IAS, Ritika Kansal, she has got the highest marks in the interview amongst the candidates who have been selected. Ritika has got 124 out of 150. That is a very big score. And otherwise in the mains she had the 23rd rank. Now in the general category there were only 18 seats, and that way Ritika was out of the list by 5 ranks. So the only option for, because in the main she had got 514 marks, and I'll just tell you, the 21st rank in the mains had got 524 marks. Then the 18th rank in the mains had got 526.5. So the 18th ranker in the mains had 526.5 and Ritika had 514, and she stood at the 23rd rank in the mains. So interview was the most important for her if she had to get selected within the top 18. And you see, she performed immensely well. She got 124, and now she has jumped her rank from 23rd to the 16th position, and finally she has got selected. So that is where your interview matters. Then the second rank in the interview, she is also from Rahul's IAS only, and she has got 115 marks. So again that is a wonderful score out of 150. Now in the mains, Bharti had the 9th position and her score was in the mains 544, but in the interview she scores 115, and thus she jumps her rank from the 9th to the 4th rank. And final selection list, in the final selection list, Bharti has got the 4th rank. So she also has jumped 5 ranks. So this is where your interview matters. Now the third ranker in the interview is not my student. She is not from Rahul's IAS, but she had got the 17th rank in the mains, and in the interview she had got 114. In the mains she had got the 17th rank, if I am not mistaken. In the interview she gets 114, and finally she gets selected. I will have to see with what rank. I think she has got selected with the 14th or 15th rank. So 17 से 14th 15th jump करना, again 2-3 ranks she has jumped because of her marks in the interview. Then the 4th rank in the interview, again she is from Rahul's IAS and she is Kritika Chaturvedi. Now in the mains, Kritika had the 11th position in the mains, and in the interview she has scored 110, and thus she gets the finally she gets the 9th rank. So again she also jumps 2 ranks, and some of them who were within the list. Now one person was within the list at the 12th position in the mains, but because of a lesser performance in the interview, he is out of the list. Similarly, some other persons, I will not be naming them out of respect for them because they are equally deserving. Say one person had the 14th position in the mains, another person had the 15th position in the mains, another person had the 17th position, then another person had the 17th position, but I think she did not appear for the interview because she has already cleared the some other state exam. Then another person had the 17th position, one more person had the 18th position, again one more had the 18th position, and they are all out of the final list because of the interview, less marks in the interview. So you see, these 4-5 people were within the top 18 in the mains, but again because of less marks in the interview, they are out of the list and they have not been selected. Now how important this interview is, go and ask them. They will tell you how important the interview was, because finally they are out of the list. I am not saying that they are less deserving. They are equally deserving. Next time they will 100% clear the exams, and with flying colors, maybe one of them gets the top rank. I am not saying that they are less deserving, but yes, because of less marks in the interview, they went out of the list. And some person who was out of the list, Ritika, she had the 23rd rank in the mains and she is into the list, 16th position, and she is a topper in the interview. So this point you must always keep in mind. I'll tell you, last year in the Delhi Judiciary, 2 of my students, now one is Mayank Goyal, he was the topper, first ranker in the mains. And then Akriti, she was the topper, she was the second ranker in the mains. But due to comparatively lesser marks in the interview, Mayank went down to the 6th position and Akriti went down to the 5th position in the final list. Both of them got selected and they are wonderful people, wonderful students. They are both my students. In the mains, they were the first and the second rankers. But because of the interview, their positions went down. Now this is how and how important the interview is. So you must keep in mind the interview, and it is not that it is always your performance. A bit of I will not say luck, I will rather say chance. It also depends upon what kinds of questions have been put before you. At times you have your day, so on that day, if it is your day, they will ask you all the questions which are such on which you have got a good command, and if it is not your day, then maybe they may put some such questions which you are not very well versed with. So a bit of that factor always plays. So getting less rank in the less marks in the interview does not actually symbolize that you are less deserving. All of them are equally deserving, but still the interview mattered for many people. Their ranks went down. For some it mattered positively, the rank went up. For some they went out of the list, and therefore you have to take special care of the interview. Now what questions will be asked to you, Now that is a matter of that circumstance. So no one can make predictions about it, because they can ask you anything related to law, related to your surroundings, related to your hobby, related to your background, related to judgeship, as to why do you want to become a judge. These kinds of questions can always be there, related to your parental background, related to current affairs, perception based questions, related to the latest judgments. So there is no limit to that. But obviously it will revolve around law or around your surroundings, related to your LLM. If you have done an LLM or PhD in some subject, so they may put questions on that, and there may be some circumstantial questions, some problem based questions, there may be some perception based questions, and that way there can be different categories of questions that they can put. And normally when they have to conduct if the number of candidates are more and the interview has to be taken in short span, only 2-3 questions, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes kind of interviews to be conducted. So there it becomes all the more difficult for the candidate, because the candidate is not able to express, because he did not get an opportunity to express. But then that is the reality. So maybe only 2-3 questions were asked to you, and all of them were not such on which you were well versed. Maybe had they put in more questions, maybe you were good at that. So that may happen. Some interviews are conducted 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes. In some cases, at times, it will be only 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes kind of interview. So you have to be prepared for all those circumstances. And what they check in the interview is not your knowledge and awareness. What they check is how confident you are, how positive minded you are, how well mannered you are, how much of a presence of mind you have, your wit, and then how what kind of an objective thinking, what kind of a perception, positive perception you have. So even 2 or 3 questions will be sufficient to tell them about your personality. In fact, they are much experienced people, and the moment you enter into the interview room, they will be able to make some judgment about your personality, and then the further judgment is made by your presentation in the board. So you have to groom your personality right since the beginning. You have to be good at speaking. You have to be very objective. Means perception should be there, subjectivity, perception should be there, but you have to ultimately learn the habit, the practice of putting your things in an objective manner, in a straight line manner, without confusing the person who is listening to you. So all these things have to be certainly taken care of. Please take care of that part also, along with your prelims and the mains. And the interview has to be taken care basically by grooming your personality over a period of time. And the most important aspect, I told you, I am just repeating that, your positive attitude, your constructive attitude, your constitutional wisdom, your jurisprudential wisdom, your constitutional faith, looking at things in the right perception. So those kinds of things you can always, the more you read, the more you think, the better you become. So that is broadly what I had to tell you in this small video. And I am very glad to announce once again that the first ranker and the second ranker in the interview in the Delhi Judicial Services are both from, amongst the ones who have been selected, are both from Rahul's IAS Foundation course. Okay, wish you all the best and God bless you.